Let me start the VM. Okay. Right. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any doubts?
No.
Okay. Right. So let me open the management studio. Sharwani, any issue with the meeting? Sharwani?
Yes, Shanmugh, I just joined from my mobile. I was trying.
Okay. I can see two entries here. One is mobile
Yeah,
and
I
laptop.
just exited from my laptop.
Okay, okay, done. Chalo. So, in the last class, we discussed about system databases. Okay, the importance of the system database. Guys, what is meant by MS? What is MS in MSDB?
Microsoft.
Is it? Are you sure?
Main storage.
Yes.
Which one? Main storage. Okay, very good, very good. Any creative answers? MS in MSDB.
Mirror server.
Mirror server. Okay. Mirror server database. Okay. Next. Anyone tried? Anyone checked in the Google, guys? Okay, try it. Okay, so again the same question for today's evening also, the same assignment. What is MS in MSDB? It's very difficult, guys. It's not easy to find MS in MSDB, but you will get the answer.
Microsoft Access.
Okay, Microsoft
Access.
Access. What is it? Microsoft Access. Okay, fine. Okay, so we already discussed about the system databases. Okay, importance of the system databases, database IDs. Okay, creating tables, filtering the data, everything we discussed in the last class, right? So today we'll discuss about the patching, guys. Okay, how to do the patching, in what scenario we'll do the patching, how many types of updates are there. Okay, how many types of updates are there. So all these things we'll discuss, and patching precautions also. While patching the SQL server, what kind of precautions you have to take, and patching process, what is the process. Okay, how to initiate the patching and all. Okay, before initiating, what kind of precautions we have to take, we'll discuss, guys. SQL server patching. Okay, right. So what is meant by patching generally? What is meant by patching? What is patching? Sorry?
Updation.
Adding something.
Adding
Sharing
new
something.
features.
Any server updation.
Server updation. Okay.
To attach a file.
Okay. Attach. Why? What is
Patch.
that?
Patch means generally I thought that attaching.
Okay. So no, it's wrong. Okay. We don't attach any file. Yeah.
Any new updates or any new
Very
versions
good.
coming, we want to attach that in.
Correct. Okay. Patching means simply applying the updates. Patching means applying the updates. We are also doing patching regularly in our phone, right? We apply the updates, right? Automatically or manually. Sometimes applications like PhonePe, GPay, WhatsApp. Sometimes, if you are connected to the Wi-Fi, sometimes it will be updated. If you are connected to the mobile internet, it will ask you to update the app. So we'll do the update. We will apply the updates, right, on the applications. Why we have to apply the updates? What is the main reason?
Security purpose.
Security purpose. Very good. Super.
And servers.
So to speed up the server.
To speed up the server. Okay. Let's consider. Okay. To speed up the server.
Or to overcome any issues or bugs in the current.
Very good. To overcome issues and bugs.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, you are correct. Okay. So not the speed up the server. If you patch it, your server won't be speed up. Okay, it will be like normal only. Main things. These are the main two reasons. One is security purpose. It's very important to apply the patches. Why? Because as we are discussing from morning 7 o'clock, so around the globe, some hackers will be there. Their duty is to hack the servers 24/7. Okay, their duty is hack the server. So they might hack in different ways. Some people might introduce some new virus files, okay, to hack the servers and all. So there is a threat 24/7. There is a threat for your servers. So you have to make sure that your servers are secured. Okay, how to maintain the security, guys? How to maintain the security? So in case if anyone is introduced new virus softwares, okay, like last time, I guess 3 or 4 years back, ransomware. Okay, ransomware is the biggest virus file. Okay, that almost okay, it just locked almost 40% of the Windows machines across the globe. Ransom is a virus file which was introduced by the hackers, it just almost locked 40% of the Windows machines across the globe. Imagine, out of 10 Windows machines, 4 machines are locked, and that hackers are going to demand some money to unlock the system. Your system will be locked. Okay, you cannot, again, what you can do, you cannot do anything. Okay, simply it will be locked, you cannot access your machine and all. So to unlock the machine, what they are going to do, they will ask you to pay the money. Okay, so ransomware is the biggest virus file. Okay, so I guess in 2017 or 18 it was there. So like this, some new virus will come every day. Okay, every minute the hackers are trying to hack the systems and all. That is a new virus file, right? So SQL Server, whatever SQL Server is there, it don't know that particular new virus file structure, format and all. So what happened? It might impact your SQL Server. Your SQL servers and all will be down sometimes. Okay, so that's why I don't know if, when the hackers are going to hack the systems and all. So that's why it's very important. Okay, you have to apply the updates and all. Okay, so mainly for the security purpose. Second thing is, sometimes in your software bugs will be there. Bug means what? If the what we can say, if the software is not working as expected. Bug means if the software is not working as expected, that's called a bug. Okay, so to overcome the issues or bugs, we have to patch the SQL server. Mainly for these two reasons, we have to patch the SQL servers, guys. Okay, one is for security purpose and to overcome the bugs is not a security threat, guys. I mean, it's not working properly, it's not behaving properly as expected, it's not working. So that those kind of things can be fixed by using the updates, guys. Okay, we have multiple types of, we have mostly 4 types of updates in SQL Server, guys. 4 types of updates in SQL Server. First one is service pack. Second one is cumulative update. Third one is GDR, general distribution release. Fourth one is QFE, quick fix engineering. These are the different types of updates, okay, for SQL Server, guys. So are we going to apply all the updates? I'll explain, guys. Okay, service packs are major updates, guys. Service packs are major updates. Okay, those are major updates. These service packs are going to release, okay, at least a year gap. It will take minimum 1 year to release. Who will release this, guys? Who will release this updates? Who will release these updates? Who? Microsoft. The vendor is Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft will release it. Okay, Microsoft, right? This is Microsoft SQL Server, right? So Microsoft will release these updates. At least for service packs, it will take at least 1 year, guys. Minimum 1 year. Okay, for 1 year or 2 years, it will release one service packs. And up to SQL Server 2016 only, service packs concept is there. Okay, SP concept is there. Up to SQL Server 2016, service pack concept is there. Okay, from SQL Server 2017, there is no service pack concept. Cumulative update is there. Of course, cumulative update is there from before 2016 also, but they just stopped releasing major updates. Okay, everything they are releasing in terms of minor updates. Okay, your cumulative updates are minor updates. Okay, minor updates, major updates and minor updates. Okay, so up to 2016 we have service packs. From 2017 onwards, Microsoft stopped releasing the service packs, but it will release the same kind of updates in terms of cumulative updates. It was not stop releasing the particular updates, it will release, but instead of service packs, it's trying to release in terms of cumulative updates. Okay, so service packs generally will call it as a SPs. Service pack 1, service pack 2, service pack 3. Listen carefully. So major updates, okay, imagine RTM, right? generally RTM will be there. If you install SQL Server, RTM copy will install. Then on top of RTM, we'll patch with SP1. Okay, then SP2, SP3, maximum SP4. Up to 4 service packs are there till now. Up to for any version, guys, up to 4 service packs are there till now. Up to, I'm not saying fixed SP4. Okay, why? Because some versions having up to SP3, some of them are having SP4 also. Up to 4 service packs it will release. Next, it won't release the next service pack and all by that time. For see, every year means what? Imagine this is SQL Server 2014, okay, to R 2016. SP1 they are going to release in 2017, in the year of 2017. Again, the year of 2018, or 2019, or 2020, 2022, 2023, like that. By that time, again, it will release one more SQL Server version, right? 2019, 2022, like that, it will release one more SQL Server version, right? So mostly it will release up to 7 years or 8 years. It will release the service packs up to 7 or 8 years. That's it. Okay, fine. So on top of the SQL Server means when you install the SQL Server, you can patch the SQL Server RTM with the Service Packs 1, Service Pack 2, Service Pack 3, Service Pack 4. These are major updates, right? I told you these updates are going to be released for every year, at least 1 year it will take. Suddenly, like, if any bugs are there, if it has to fix those bugs and all, okay, if Microsoft is saying, hey, please wait for 1 year to fix this bug, how it will be, guys, for you? You cannot use the software properly, right? So Microsoft will also release cumulative updates, CUs, CU1, okay, CU2, CU3. These are the minor updates, guys. Okay, these are the minor updates. So it will take at least 1 month. Monthly releases, you can say these releases are monthly releases. At least 1 month it will take. At least 1 month it will take, guys. Okay, fine. This might be like it's not same as CU18 and all. Let me delete some of them. I'm just deleting. It's not like up to CU18 it's fixed. No, nothing like that. Okay, some various cumulative updates it is going to release, right? So here, listen carefully. On top of RTM, you have to patch with the cumulative updates. Okay, up to if SP1 is, for example, SQL Server 2016, right? SQL Server 2016 released in the year of 2016. So next again SQL Server 2017 there. That's the different thing. If you want to install, you can install SQL Server 2017, but you want to still use. You cannot leave the older versions of SQL Server, right? If Microsoft introduces SQL Server 2017 or 2019, okay, chalo, Microsoft introduces 2017 to or 2019. I'm going to migrate all my SQL servers from 2017 to 2019. It's not like that. Why? Because there are some applications they will support up to SQL Server 2012. There are some applications it will support only up to SQL Server 2014. So still you have to use your older versions in the organization. But where is the security for older versions? It has to release the updates, right? So these are the updates. Okay, so imagine if SQL Server 2016 is released in the year of 2016, again it will release service pack for SQL Server 2016 after 1 year, which is 2017, right? In the year of 2017, they released service pack 1. But where is the security up to 2017? Up to next year, where is the security? Or if any bugs are there, how it is going to fix? It will release the cumulative updates, minor updates for every 1 month. Okay, every 1 month or every 2 months, it is going to release the cumulative updates. Cumulative updates are minor updates. So you will have cumulative updates on top of the RTM. Again, after that, it will start releasing service pack and all. After releasing the service pack, it will take one more year to release service pack 2. So that's why it will release again minor updates for service pack 1. Then service pack 2, minor updates for service pack 2. Service pack 3, minor updates for service pack 3. Service pack 4, minor updates for service pack 4. Major update and minor updates. Major update, minor update. Major update, minor updates, guys. So if you ask me, sir, do I need to patch my SQL Server with service pack and cumulative update? Yes. If you are using up to SQL Server 2016, again, if you are using up to SQL Server 2016, Yes, you have to patch your SQL server with major update and minor update. You have to apply service pack and you have to apply respective cumulative updates also. Now imagine now you are patching the SQL server. Today someone asked you, hey, can you please patch my SQL server 2016? Someone asked you or your team lead asked you to patch. Okay. So what you are going to do? By today, whatever latest updates are there for 2016, you have to patch your SQL server with all the latest updates. If you have service pack, you have to patch your SQL server with service pack and you have to patch your SQL server on top of the service pack. Whatever cumulative updates are there, you have to patch your SQL server with those cumulative updates also. Let me show you one thing. Okay, you'll get an idea. So Google, just go to Google, right? So SQL server builds, just type SQL server builds. Okay, just type like this in the Google. You will get a first website, SQL server builds.blogspot.com. Open this. This is just a blogspot, guys, but it's very useful blogspot. It's not even a website also, it's just a blogspot, but people across the globe are going to use this. This is very helpful, guys. Okay. See here, you can see all the service packs it just released till now for every version. Okay, up for SQL Server 2016, this is RTM. Okay, on top of RTM, till now it's released 3 service packs, guys. SP1, SP2, SP3. Okay, this is RTM, right? On top of RTM, it just released CU9. Means it will start releasing CU1, CU2, CU3, CU4, but currently CU9 is the latest cumulative update for RTM. If you go to SP1, okay, this is the service pack 1, okay, and if you patch your SQL Server 2016, this is the RTM. When you install SQL Server, you will get the build number like this 13.0.1601.5. Okay, if you patch your SQL Server 2016 RTM with service pack 1, your bill number will be changed like this. 13.0 is common. The third and fourth number, I told you, right? Third and fourth numbers are going to be changed when you patch the SQL servers. Okay, the third number will be changed as 4001 and fourth number is changed as 0. If you patch your SQL server if you patch your SQL server 2016 with SP2, again the third number and fourth number will be changed. SP3, third and fourth number will be changed. SP4 is not yet released. They might release next year or after 2 years, or they don't know whether they don't have any plans to release SP4. Okay, so for SQL Server 2014 also you can see this is your RTM build number and SP1, SP2, SP3 up to till now. The latest service pack is SP3 for 2014, and you can see here cumulative updates. You can see CU4 on SP3, CU18 on SP2, CU13 on SP1, CU14 on RTM, guys. So for every major updates, minor updates also will be there, and you have to patch your SQL Server with major and minor updates up to 2016. From 2017 onwards, if you see here, starting from 2017, SQL Server 2017 service packs will no longer be released. It's not releasing. It just stopped releasing the service packs. In terms of service packs, every update is releasing in terms of cumulative updates only. See here, CU30 till now 30 minor updates it's released. In which year? 2017 was introduced in the year of 2017. Now 2022, almost 5 years, right? 5 years it just released 30. Means every year, imagine if it released 12 updates, 5 years means every month. Imagine these are the monthly updates, right? Cumulative updates are monthly, minimum monthly updates. So every month if it released one update, 5 years means every year 12 updates. 5 years means 12 into 5, 60 updates it has to release, but it just released 30 updates till now. Means every 2 months, on an average every 2 months it is releasing one update. And the latest update is released on 2nd July. You can see here 2nd July 2022, means this month only. 2nd July 2022. This is for SQL Server 2019. SQL Server 2019 is released in the year of 2019, right? 2019 to 2022. How many years? 3 years, almost 3 years. 3 years means 3 12s. How much? 36 updates, but it's released U16, means almost half of them, right? So that means every 2 months or every one and a half month it is releasing a new update, and you can see the last update released on 1st April 2022. So no need to remember all these things, guys. No need to remember, just to understand how it will work. That's it. Okay, fine. So up to 2016, if anyone asked you to patch your SQL server, you have to apply service pack, and on top of service pack, what is the latest version, latest cumulative update of that service pack, you have to apply that cumulative update also. 2 times you have to patch up to 2016. Up to 2016 you have to apply major updates and minor updates while patching your SQL server. It's not like this week you will apply major updates, next week I'll apply minor updates, not like that. Once you patched your SQL server with major updates, then immediately you have to patch your SQL server with minor updates also. Okay, if you want to see, sir, I want to see up to CU17, right? I just click here. You can see all service packs, okay, all cumulative updates and all. This is the service pack, right? What you can do, just click on this CU17, or let me click on this SQL Server 2016. Yes, okay. You can see all the cumulative updates. Okay, so if you see here, Microsoft SQL Server 2016 Service Pack 3 SP3. On top of that, on-demand hotfix you can see. Okay, security update you can see. Azure Content Feature Pack you can see. Security update SQL Server 2016 SP3 Azure Connect Feature Pack. Okay, you can see here. See here, you can see cumulative. Let me show you from 1 onwards. Yes, cumulative 1, cumulative 2, cumulative 3, cumulative 4, 5, 6, 7, like that every cumulative will be there, and you can see when it was released also. Okay, when it was released you can see the dates and all. Okay, so this is how it will apply, guys. So it's not mandatory, sir, I have 15 CUs, that doesn't mean I have to apply all 15 CUs. No, the latest CU you have to apply. I have 3 service packs, does it mean I have to apply all the 3 service packs? No, the latest service pack you have to apply. Why? Because SP3 contains all the updates of SP1 and SP2. CU17 contains all the updates of CU1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 up to 17, up to 16, whatever updates are there, all the updates will be there in the CU17. So always you have to patch with the latest cumulative updates. It will contain the old patches also. Is it clear, guys? Any questions, any doubts here? Guys, any doubts?
No doubts.
Right? So if you see here, listen carefully, it's very important, guys. Right, RTM CU1 is different, SP1 CU1 is different. Clear, guys? Don't think CU1 both are same, right? So what I'm going to do, on top of RTM I am going to update my SQL server with SP1 CU1. Is it possible, guys? Tell me. On top of this RTM I am going to update with the CU1. Is it possible? SQL server is going to allow?
Not allow. Not allow.
No, it is not going to allow. Why? Because for this CU1 the minimum requirement is SP1. You should have SP1. For this CU1 the minimum requirement is you should have SP2. For this CU1 the minimum requirement is SP3. For this CU1 the minimum requirement is SP4. So all CUs are same. You cannot treat like that. Okay, this is the CU of RTM. If you want to patch your SQL server with this CU or with any of this CU, you should have RTM. Okay, if you want to patch your SQL server with SP1 CU14, SP1 CU14, that means you should first patch your SQL server with SP1, then only you can apply CU14. So CU14 is there. What I'm going to do, I'll apply SP1 and then I'm going to apply SP2 CU14. It won't allow you. Not all updates are same, guys. Okay, each update is different, completely different. Okay, for CU14 if you want to apply SP2 CU14, the minimum requirement is you should have SP2. Without SP2 you cannot apply. Okay, so it's very easy to patch, guys, but you should understand these things first. Okay, so each service pack will have its minor updates. You have to apply the major updates first, then you have to apply the minor updates of the respective service packs up to 2016. From 2017 onwards there is no headache. Whatever cumulative updates, it's going to release all the updates in terms of cumulative updates, guys. Okay, whatever latest cumulative update is there, by this time you want to patch, your manager asked you to patch the SQL Server 2019. So what is the latest patch for 2019? CU16. Simply you will click on the CU16, you will download it, you will apply it. CU16 is there, right? No, CU1, CU2, CU16, you have to up to CU15, you have to apply. Nothing like that. Whatever latest cumulative update is there, directly you can apply latest cumulative update on RTM. Okay, no need to apply other updates, old updates and all, not required, guys. Okay, is it clear? Right? So these are the minor updates. Cumulative updates are minor updates, service packs are major updates. Sometimes, okay, suddenly if any new virus came like ransomware, I told you, right? So ransomware means it's a very big virus. So you cannot ask your customer, say, I'm preparing the service pack or cumulative update, just wait for 1 month. No, you cannot ask, you cannot tell the customers like that. Why? Because 1 month, if the system is locked, how product will it will affect the productivity, guys. Okay, the clients are going to lose the revenue. It's a big issue. Okay, so immediately they will change the database softwares to Oracle or some other database softwares. Okay, so if any big virus files are came into the market, so suddenly it will release, Microsoft will release on the spot, in a day or in 2 days, it will release these two updates, GDRs and QFEs, quick fix engineering. Mainly QFE is quick fix engineering. The name itself is saying quick fix engineering. If any suddenly if any new virus came into the market and which is affecting your SQL server, immediately the team of Microsoft will work 24/7 and they are going to release an update in a day or in 2 days. GDRs is also kind of security updates. Okay, you have to patch your SQL server if Microsoft is released any kind of GDRs. Okay, so these are the different, these two you can call it as a hot fixes, guys. Hot fix. Okay, these two generally will call it as a hot fix. These two are hot fixes. Okay, the remaining these two are like service packs and cumulative updates. So who will tell us, hey, please patch your SQL server and all? Who will tell us? Generally clients will never tell that particular work. Okay, our team leads, our managers, they are going to distribute the work. Okay, so it's their responsibility. So they will ask us to patch the SQL server. Patching the SQL server is a continuous activity, guys. Patching a SQL server, it's not a one-time activity. Imagine you are using 300 servers in your organization. 300 servers. Okay, you are using 300 servers. You will have different versions of SQL Server 22. So imagine you have 100 SQL Server 2012. Okay, and 50 SQL Server 2016, and 50, okay, or 70, 75 SQL Server 2017, and remaining 100 plus 50, 150, 225, remaining 75. Okay, SQL Server 2019. Imagine, I'm just saying, just for the example, 2019. Right, so all the versions you are going to use in your organization, right? Sometimes you will have 2014, you will have 2008, 8R2 also. So all the versions you will have in your organization. Now imagine 75 servers are there, right, for SQL Server 2019. It's not like you are going to patch one or two servers. You have to patch all the servers, all 75 servers you have to patch. Okay, so your team lead or manager will prepare a sheet, 75 servers, right? This is how generally I am going to assign the work. Okay, 75 servers, out of 75 servers, imagine I have a team of 10 people. I'll distribute this 10 people, 10, I'll distribute these 75 servers to the 10 people, guys. So each one will get 7 or 8 servers. Okay, and they are going to patch it, right? So but they are going to patch it, right? So it's not like immediately they are going to patch it. There is a process, I'll tell you. Okay, so imagine to complete this activity, it took almost 2 months. It took 2 months to complete this activity, to patch all the SQL Server 2019. By that time, some other releases will be released, right? Some other service packs or cumulative updates will be released for other versions, right? So once this is completed, again I'll take this project, I'll patch all the SQL Server 2017 servers, I'll distribute the work. Okay, again once this is completed, again SQL Server 2016, and then 2014. It might take, imagine, 2 months for all these 4 servers, 4 versions. Imagine it took 8 months. After 8 months, again service packs, cumulative updates will be released for 2019, right? Okay, so it's a continuous process. You have to keep patching your SQL servers, guys. Every year, every quarter, you are going to patch your SQL server. So patching is a continuous activity. till Microsoft is going to release the updates. So you have to apply your patchings and all. It's a continuous activity, guys. It's a continuous activity. Clear? Is it clear, everyone?
One doubt is there.
Yes, please.
Any automation is there? So
You
to
can do
for
that.
patch.
See, yes,
Ah,
good
okay.
question. Good question.
Oh.
Okay, so it depends upon the company to company. Some companies will go for automation, but again, automation means to automate multiple servers at a time. They are going to go with the automation. It's not like suddenly they will update all the SQL servers in one day. 99% no one will follow that automation. Okay, you can
Okay.
still do that using PowerShell scripts and all, but the challenge is, I'll tell you, there is a process to patch the SQL server, right? You have to
Okay.
follow that process, then only, okay, you
Okay.
can patch your SQL server successfully. So that's why there are challenges are there in patching the SQL server. First process is, first, in case you want to patch the SQL server, okay, every SQL server is associated with one application, right? So application will be taken care by the application owner, right? Application owner. Patching is a downtime activity. If you are patching one SQL server, that server will be down throughout the patching process. Means it might take 1 hour or it might take 1.5 hours to complete the patching. Throughout this 1 hour or 1.5 hour, your server will be down. So if the server is down, your application will be down, right? Correct?
Yes, yes,
So
correct.
you have to take the approval from the application owner. If you want to do anything on the application side or on the servers of that particular application owner will be there. You can call him as application owner or customer or client, anything. Okay, customer. You have to take the approval, okay, from him. Hey, we are going to patch the SQL server 2019 that you are using. It's very important to patch to fix the security and bugs issues and all. So let us know when we have to patch the server. Let us know what is the good time to patch the server. It's not like, okay, chalo, 2019 my manager gave this server, let's patch. Nothing like that. First you have to ask the customer, then customer will tell you one time, okay, you can patch the server on Saturday night 2 o'clock. Why? Because Saturday night 2 o'clock, Sunday night 2 o'clock, during the weekends generally there will be less traffic, right? Agree?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes, correct.
that's why he is going to give one window. Okay, you can patch the server. Okay, on weekends, on this time, particularly night at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, or early morning 5 o'clock, like that. They will give us one window. Then based on that, we are going to schedule it. So I cannot get all the windows, right? 75 SQL servers are there for 2019. I cannot get a specific time for all the SQL server 2017 softwares, right? 75 SQL Server softwares are used by the other clients. They all don't give only one slot. Why? Because they might have some other activities on the weekends. Correct? So that's why automation is somewhat difficult to apply. You can still
Okay, okay.
do automation to patch your SQL servers, but the thing is, one customer will give you this weekend, the patching window will be this weekend. Another customer, he might ask you to wait for 1 month.
No,
So
no,
if you,
by using jobs, you can schedule it, no?
that's
This
the
automation.
that's what
Okay.
you can do anything. See,
Okay.
automation is not a problem. See,
Okay.
you are one customer. We have almost 18 people in this meeting now. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
imagine all 18 people are customers.
Okay.
You have your own set of servers. That other guy also is having own set of servers. There is
Okay.
no
Okay.
issues for you that you are asking DBA team that there is no issue for me that you can patch your SQL servers during this weekend, this Saturday, Sunday. But
Okay.
other
Okay.
customers, they might have some other activities on the same servers, right? They
They will
might
give
give
the.
you the
Okay.
window either this week or next week, right?
Correct. Correct. Okay.
But without taking the window, without taking their permission, I cannot patch, right?
Correct.
Automation is possible, but the window is going to be different. This week I'll get one window, next week I'll get another window. So it's the main challenge. I don't get the single window for all 75 SQL servers. It depends upon the customer to customer. If they all agreed to patch the all SQL server 2019 at a time, you can go for automation. Either
Correct. Okay.
PowerShell or some other jobs, task scheduler jobs, you can do using that particular jobs and all, not an issue. But the thing is, you have to get approvals from the customers. That is the main challenge. Got the point?
Yes. Correct. Yes.
Yeah. So this is the process, guys. So first you have to check which server you want to patch. For every server, there is a owner, application owner will be there. So generally that information will be maintained in a spreadsheet or in a SQL Server tables. You have to ask your colleague where I can see the application owners of each application. He will let you know the source. He will give you the access to the source and all. You have to open that sheet and you have to check, okay, this SQL Server is managed by this customer. You have to send an email to him. Hey, I want to patch this SQL Server to fix the bugs and all and security issues. So let me know what is the good time to patch the SQL Server. Then customer will be replied, you can patch this SQL Server during the weekends like Saturdays, Sundays. Okay. So based on that, you have to raise a change request. Change request is one request, guys. If you are changing the server, okay, if you are changing the server, you have to raise a change request. Okay. So this is the process, guys. Change request, you have to raise a ticket. It's a kind of a ticket. Change request you have to raise. This change request will goes to cab meeting. Okay. This change is, sorry, cab, not cam, cab meeting. Change advisory board. Change advisory board. This change request will goes to a cab meeting. Cab meetings will be there generally during the Wednesdays. Some companies they will conduct cab meetings on Wednesdays. Okay. Some people will conduct on Thursdays. Generally every day, every week. Okay. One cab meeting will be there either Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay. Every week cab meetings will be there. So in that cab meeting, they will discuss this change. Okay, so and so Sairam is planning to patch this SQL Server. Customer already approved this. Then in the cab meeting, they are going to discuss. Okay, they will ask you, hey Sairam, did you patch the non-prod servers first? Whatever patching you are applying, that's fine. But did you tested the non-prod server? Why? Because that patching may give you positives. I mean, like it might helpful for us to fix the issues, or sometimes not all the patchings are good. Sometimes it will create extra problems and all, right? If you see when you update your phone, sometimes you can see the degraded performance, right? Not only apps, sometimes you will get updates to update your phone also, your Android OS also. So when you update it, you will get lot of issues sometimes. So not all updates are going to help you guys. Some updates are going to create headaches and all. So they will ask you, hey Sairam, did you patch the service pack or Accumulator update in the non-prod servers? Did you check it in the non-prod servers, how it is behaving? Is it everything clear? Okay, if you say yes or if you say no, based on that, they will approve your change. Okay, if there are, yes, I have patched the non-prod servers, everything is looking good, no issues, then okay, chalo, you can patch the SQL server. They will update, they will give you the approval. Cab has to approve, guys. Cab means group of people. Okay, group of people like change advisory board. In this cab meeting, managers of all the teams, CTO, chief technical officer, sometimes if it is a startup company and all, VPs, vice presidents, all big heads will participate in this meeting. Means they are going to discuss whatever changes are there for that particular week. You are raising a change request from DBA side, SQL DBA side. Oracle team is also going to raise a change request, right? Like that MySQL team, .NET team, application team, network team. They will have their own activities. Network team, they want to upgrade their switches and all. That is a change request. So they will raise all the changes across the company. All these changes will be discussed in the cab meeting, guys. Cab meeting is not only for the SQL servers. Whatever changes they are doing across all the teams, across the whole company, they will discuss all the changes in the weekly cab meeting. Then they will ask questions. Those who raised the change request, you have to participate in the cab meeting. Then that VP or manager, they will ask, is it good? Have you applied these patchings on non-prod servers? What is the behavior? How it is behaving after applying? Did you feel any unusual behavior? So if everything looks good, customer is approved this activity. Yes, he approved this activity. He only suggested this timeline and all. Then they will approve your change request. Once they approve your change request, then you are good to patch your SQL server, guys. This is the process. Is it clear, everyone? Change request is not only for patching, guys. Whatever you are doing, you want to create a database, it's changing the server. You want to delete the database, it's changing the server. You want to give permissions to some other guys, It's changing the server. So okay, if anything is changing the server state, that is called, that can be done using change request only. That can be done using change request. Without change request you cannot do, guys. Okay, any questions till now? Any questions, guys? Guys, is it clear or is it confusing or what?
Clear, clear.
Okay, fine. This is how, once your change is approved, then you are good to patch the SQL server, guys. Okay, so if it is clear, then we'll jump into the patching precautions. What kind of precautions you have to take before and after patching? Patching is just 5 minutes work, guys. Just 5 to 10 minutes. It won't take much time. Patching is very easy, very simple. You have to download the patch file. You have to copy the patch file to the server. Next, select the instance, which instance you want to patch. Next, and patch it. That's it. You don't need to select any other options. Very simple, but you have to know this process. Without knowing this process, if you are applying the patches, that's it. The server will be down. It's a downtime activity. Please be muted, guys. Okay, so you should take the approval. So without taking the approval, if you apply the patches, if it is a non-prod server, no issues. But if it's a production server, so without taking the approval, if you apply patches or if you patch the SQL server, gone. Your job will be gone, guys. Why? Because that's a downtime activity. You have to take proper approvals. You have to raise a change request, and change has to be approved by the cab. You haven't followed any of the processes, and simply you just initiated the patching. That's it. That is the last day in your company. Okay, you have to, they are very strict about the process, guys. Very, especially that US UK people, they are very strict about the process. You have to follow the process. If you don't follow, if you technically, if you are too good, still if you are not following the process, they don't want you. Okay, so process is very important. Fine. So what are the precautions? Now you got all the approvals to patch the SQL servers. Before patching the SQL servers, what and all things I have to check for the successful patching? Okay. So first thing is, you have to check how many SQL servers are installed in that machine, guys. How many SQL servers are installed in that server, Windows server? Guys, in one server, okay, sometimes other people, your teammates will raise a change request. You will be in the shift, so you have to patch the SQL server. Got the point? It's not like only one person is going to take care of it. In some companies, only one person who wants to raise the who wants to patch the SQL server, they will raise the change request. They will take the approval from the customer. They will raise the change request and they will proceed, right? But sometimes your colleague will do all this process. Your colleague will request the application owner. Your colleague will get that particular downtime, and then he will raise a change request. He will represent the change in the cab meeting. Everything will be done by your colleague, but you are patching on weekends. Why again that colleague has to work on the weekends? Imagine your shift is on Saturday. You're already there in the shift. Why again he has to connect? He has to connect and he has to patch the SQL server. So simply he will tell you, hey, this is the SQL server that you have to patch today. So that he will give you a list of the servers. Okay, so that you have to patch the SQL server. Means the process is followed by your colleagues and you have to patch the SQL server. Why? Because it depends on the shift, guys. In that particular shift, who is there, they have to patch the SQL servers. It's not like again that guy will come online to connect on Saturday, Sundays. If Saturday is his weekend, so no need to come online. Saturday already man force this what we can call the DBS will be there, right? So they are going to patch your SQL server. So sometimes process will be followed by your colleague and you have to simply patch the SQL server. So it's very important to follow the precautions, guys. So first of all, you have to check how many SQL servers are installed in that machine. How we can check this one, guys? How many SQL servers are installed in one Windows server? How to check this? Sorry? How to check how many SQL servers are installed?
In the configuration manager.
Very good. That is one option. You can use configuration manager and In the services.msc, right? When you install one instance, how many services will be created?
By default,
Six.
4 services will be four
Correct.
services.
4 specific, remaining 2 are shared. Okay. So go to the services.msc. Okay, there you can see SQL Server services. You can see as of now one SQL Server. Okay, if you see here SQL Server, that is one instance, just SQL Server. For all other, you can see SQL Full Text, SQL Server Agent, SQL Browser, SQL Server CAP, SQL Server VSS Writer. But you can see only SQL Server, right? Where is that? Yes. You can see only SQL Server in the brackets instance name. Like this, if you see another SQL Server, if you install second instance, 4 more services will be added, right? So that you can easily identify what are the other instances installed in this machine. Configuration also you can use, but the challenge is, there is a challenge with the configuration manager. What is the challenge? You know how to open configuration manager? I'll tell you. Just type configuration manager. So if you open 2017 configuration manager, you can see, once you type configuration manager, you can see SQL Server 2017 configuration manager, right? So if you have 2017 and 2019, you can see SQL Server 2017 configuration manager. You can also see SQL Server 2019 configuration manager. If you open by mistake, if you open 2017 configuration manager, you can see all the instances up to 2017 only. You cannot see 2019 instance. Is it clear? If you open the highest configuration manager, you can see all the instances in that configuration manager. But if you open only, if you open the lower version of configuration manager, you can see that particular version of SQL Server or lower versions of SQL Server, so you can see in the configuration manager. Let me open the configuration manager. Let me show you how it will be. So you got the point. You can still check the SQL servers from the configuration manager also, but there is a challenge with the configuration. What is the challenge? You have to open the latest version of the configuration manager in your server. If you open the old version, you cannot see the higher versions in the older version of configuration manager. Is it clear? If you click on the SQL Server services, you can see all the SQL related services. There you can see only 4 services, guys. Full text, main database engine service, browser service, and agent service. Okay, you can see the instances, but it's good to follow the services.msc instead of configuration manager. In the configuration manager, you don't see all the SQL Server versions. It depends upon the version of your configuration manager. Is it clear, guys? Right? So now just go to the services.msc, check how many SQL servers are there. In this case, I have only one SQL server. You can see here only one SQL server. So no problem. If you are having multiple instances, again, while patching the SQL server, you have to restart the Windows server. The whole server has to be restarted. If you restart the Windows server, whatever SQL servers are there in that machine, all the SQL servers are going to be restarted, right? Agree? Agree or not?
Yes, yes.
So, but you took the approval for only this server, but other servers also down. Who is responsible for that? That other customer, he will escalate the issue. Someone restarted the Windows machine without my approvals. In the logs, it will show your name only. Okay, this guy is restarted the Windows server without having any approvals. He will ask you, he will escalate the issue to the manager, why he restarted the server without taking my approval. So it's very important that how many servers are there. Before patching itself, you have to check how many servers are there in this machine. If you see multiple instances, take the approval from others also. Tell them, I am patching this server. During the patching, I have to restart the Windows machine. It's a downtime activity. I took the approvals. CAB is also approved. So tell them, he will approve it, and then you can proceed for restart of the Windows server. Clear, guys? Why we have to check this one? How many instances? Why we have to check? Is it clear, everyone? Right, this is the first check, guys. Second check is make sure you have enough free space in the C drive. Make sure you have enough free space in the C drive of the Windows server, not your laptop, guys. Windows server. Which server you are patching? Okay, which server you are patching, you have to go to that particular server and check the C drive free space. How much free space is there in the C drive? You have to check it, guys. Okay, you can see there is 8.58 GB free space. This is enough, guys. Okay, you should have at least 3 GB free space. Why? Because while patching, SQL Server will take the backup for some of the binaries. So for that, it might use some extra storage and all. After successful patching, again it will delete the backups. Okay, automatically it will do that. So to take the backups, you should have some free space, right? So that's why make sure in the C drive you are having enough free space. Means at least 3 GB free space should be there in the C drive. Very important, at least 3 GB free space. Worst case, at least 2 GB free space should be there. Don't patch if you have only 1 GB free space. Don't patch the servers if you have only 1 GB free space. Okay, your patching will be failed, guys. It's very important thing. Make sure, just have a look, open the C drive. Generally it will be more only, but sometimes we have to patch old servers also, guys. Old servers, no one will take care of it. That is the main challenge. New servers, you don't face any challenges. 99% everything will be smooth on new servers. But old servers, no one is going to take care of the old servers. Even though there is no free space in the C drive also, they don't take care. Suddenly if we patch the SQL server without knowing this point, your patch will be failed. Again, you have to spend a lot of time to troubleshoot the issues, and also it's always good to check how much free space is there in the C drive. Okay, just give me a minute, guys. Give me a minute, I'll be back. Right, okay. So you have to check the free space in the C drive, guys. Okay, you have to check the free space in the C drive. That is also very important. Okay, so the next thing is connect to the SQL server. connect to the SQL server. Okay, so what you have to do is check how many databases are online, how many of them are offline. Okay, it's very important, guys. This is very important. Why? Because just a minute, just 30 seconds. Okay, not minute. Right. Just a minute. Fine. So before patching, what you have to do, guys, you have to check the database states and all. You have to expand the SQL server and you have to check the databases. How many databases are online? How many databases are offline? How many databases are read-only, standby? So I told you right yesterday, a lot of states will be there for databases. Okay, so it's very important. See, before, imagine you didn't check this option, guys. You haven't checked this option, how many databases are online or offline. But after patching, again you have to check, right? It's very important thing, how many databases are online, offline, and all you have to check. Imagine you haven't checked this option, suddenly you just patched the SQL server. Okay, by taking the approvals and all, you patched the SQL server. After checking, you can see the database Azure is offline. Imagine you can see Azure database is offline. So what is your next thought, guys? What you will get in your mind? What thought you will get in your mind? So whether this database is offline before patching or because of patching the database is offline. Correct? Agree or not? So it's very important, guys, that you have to check the database states before patching and after patching also. Whatever states are there, whether it is offline, restoring, that's a different story. But the same state should be there after patching also. Is it clear, everyone? Whatever states are there, database states before patching, whatever states are there, if all are online, that's fine. If all are not online, some of them are online, some of them are not online, some of them are restoring, recovery, pending, or different states it is showing, then after patching also, it should be same, guys. Sometimes old servers will be there. Customers won't check that one. They don't even connect also regularly. Very rarely they will connect to the servers. Once patching is done, we'll send an email to the customer. Hey, we just patched the SQL server. Please check and validate if everything looks good or not. Like that, we'll send an email. That customer will connect to the SQL server and he will check, hey, Azure database is offline. He also don't know that Azure database is offline before itself. What he will feel, he is not regularly connecting to the server, right? He will feel like Azure database is offline after patching, like that they are going to argue with us. It will create a lot of problems. So it's best to go to the databases and check how many of them are online, offline, and all, so that if you are confident that the database is offline before patching itself, you can argue like with the customer. This is, you can tell the customer the same point. This is offline before patching itself. It's not because of the patching. There are some scenario customers will argue with you. Why? Because they also don't know before patching what is the state. After that, simply they will check the servers and they are going to argue with us. No, after patching only this was offline and all. So you should make sure that this database is offline before patching itself. If possible, take a screenshot. If he is asking any proofs, you can submit that proof. Is it clear, guys? Everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so it's very important that the simple thing is you have to check how many databases are online and how many databases are in other states like offline, read-only mode, like that you have to check it. So if possible, take a screenshot, guys. It will help you. Fine. Next check is you have to check how many services are up and running also. The same scenario. Okay, imagine out of, I told you, right? Imagine I have 4 instances or 3 instances in this machine. I have 3 instances in this machine. But out of 3, 1 instance is already, it's not running. It is in stopped state. Out of 3 SQL servers, 1 SQL server is in stopped state, guys. Wantedly someone kept that server is in stopped state. Before patching, it's very important to check all the instances, how many instances are there and how many services are up and running. Before patching, it's very important to check how many instances are there, whether all the instances are up and running or any of them are in stopped state. Why? Because again the same story. We'll ask the customer after successful patching, we'll ask the customer, can you please verify whether patching is successful or not? He will go and check, hey, this SQL server is not running. Like that he will ask you. You also don't know whether that was earlier before patching the SQL server is running or not running. You also don't know, right? So this is also one more important check. Before patching, you have to go to the services.msc. You have to check how many of the SQL servers are up and running. How many of the SQL server services are up and running. If any of them are not running, take a screenshot. If all the services are running, after patching also all the services should run. If any of them are not running, take a screenshot, keep it with you. Okay, if anyone asks after patching, if any customer asks why the server is down after patching, you can simply tell them that this was not down because of patching. Before patching itself, someone stopped the SQL server. This is the screenshot you can see. Is it clear, guys? You have to check how many services are there, how many services are up and running, how many services are in stopped state. Clear, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so that is also one more important check, guys. And you have to check the select version. Okay, you have to check. Let me show you that version. So you, before patching, you have to check, okay, the version of the SQL server, which is select at version. You can use the command, right? You have to check the version and you have to compare the version, guys. Once you ran this command select at version, you will get the output, right? Let me show you. Okay, select at version. Okay, so now you can see the output. There are some scenarios, rarely, I am saying this is a very rare scenario, 99% you don't get it, but very rarely you might get this option. Okay, this error here you can see 14.0.1000.169, right? Here also you can see the same thing, right? Sometimes here it will show you different number, here it will show you different number, guys. Here it will show you different number, here it will show you different number. If that is the case, your patching will be failed. Sir, in which case it will show you different number and all? Some of your colleagues, means one of your colleague patched last time, but that patch is not successful or partially successful. Yes, there are some patches that the patches will be partially successful. If the patch is partially successful, the number will be changed here and it won't be changed here, or it will be changed here, it will show different number here. So make sure both numbers are equal, same. There are some chances if your SQL, the last time when any last, I mean like last time when a SQL DBA patched the SQL server, if the server is not successfully patched or partially patched, the numbers will be different, guys. So it's very important to check the build numbers. Okay, you have to run selected version. You have to compare this number and this number, both are equal or not. If they are not equal, first make it equal. How to fix it? You have to remove the patch. Last time whatever patch they installed, you have to remove that patch, and again you have to reinstall the latest Accumulator update or latest service pack. You have to reinstall your SQL server, okay, with your latest service pack or Accumulator update, guys. Okay, so this is also an important check before patching the SQL server. Connect to the server, type this command, run this command, select at version, check the build number in the output, and both output, this output and the object explorer, this is your object explorer, right? The object explorer and the output should be same. It should be equal, then only you can proceed for patching. If they are not equal, make sure they are equal by removing the old patch and you can apply the new patch, guys. That is also one more check. And one more check also will be there, select at server name. See guys, why I am saying like this, all these things, I'll tell you one thing. Okay, server name. Generally while patching they will ask you, did you face any challenge while patching? Okay, this is the common interview question. While patching, did you face any challenges? Why? Because patching is a regular activity, continuous activity. Yearly at least you will patch 20-25 servers minimum. Okay, sometimes you use it to patch 100 servers also per year. Okay, so in that case, not all servers are successful servers, right? Out of 100 servers, 1 or 2 servers will create a problem, right? So definitely they will ask you, did you face any challenges while patching? You cannot say, keeping 5 years experience, you cannot say, oh no, in my 5 years experience I didn't get any patching errors and all. You cannot say like that. You have to tell at least one error. Okay, I got this error, this is the solution. You have to explain so that he will believe that you are a real-time guy. So you can use these solutions. Okay, so whatever I'm discussing, you can explain like this. While patching the SQL server, the server is patching is unsuccessful. Okay, so I just checked all the things, I just checked the services, I just checked enough free spaces there or not in the C drive. Okay, finally I came to know that select at version is giving different build number, and in the object explorer it is showing different build number. Then after troubleshooting I came to know that the last patch is unsuccessful or partially successful. Then I removed the last patch. Then I patched it again with the latest service pack or cumulative updates. Then it was successful. If you explain like that, he will be impressed. Why? Because they also don't know these kind of issues. It's not like everyone has to face this issue. Very rarely you will get these kind of issues. Okay, this guy worked. Okay, he is able to explain the errors and all. So he has some good exposure. So like that he is going to feel. That's why I'm explaining. Otherwise, patching it will take hardly 5 minutes class, guys. Why I'm spending 2.5 hours for patching? You don't even believe. See, last 5 minutes we are going to complete the patching. Just 5 minutes work. But it's very important so that you can explain better.
And what is the reason for partial successful?
Reason means it depends. Sometimes if the services are down, okay, sometimes there are, like I told you, right, if there is no free space in the C drive, proper free space is not there in the C drive, these are the reasons that your service pack will be partially successful or cumulative update will be partially successful. Yeah. Okay. Right. So it's very important. They will ask you the process also. If you explain, see, one patching question itself, you can explain 10 to 15 minutes with the process. Okay. First, I'll check the customer and I'll send an email for the downtime. Once I got the approval from the customer, I'll raise a change request. Once change request is raised, I'll represent the change request in the cab meeting. Once cab is approved that change, then I'll proceed with the patching and all. If you explain with the process, he will be impressed, guys. See, patching, you can also answer, the other guy can also answer, but what is the difference between you and him? It should be a difference, right? So they need, other than that answer, they need a process, whether you know the process or not. Those who are going to explain the answers with the process, they will get the chance, guys. Believe me, if you are going to explain your answers with the process, okay, definitely, okay, this guy has real-time exposure, so they will give you a chance to you. Okay, this is how it will work. So select attached server name will help you to find out the SQL server name, guys. Okay, you can see the SQL server name. This and this is same only. Win9P3C 4TJUN4. Okay, Win9P3C 4TJUN4. This and this should be same, like bill number. Again, there are some cases, there are some servers like old servers and all. This number will be different. This server name is different. This server name is different. There are some chances. There are some cases are there. In what case it will be generally? If Windows server, what is the server name, guys? This is the default instance name, right? How you will get the default instance name generally? With the help of computer name, right? SQL Server will take the computer name as a SQL Server instance name. Right? Default instance name is generally a computer name, a server name. So what happens, sometimes Windows team will change the server name. If Windows team is changed the server name, you can see here server name. Last time I just shown you either this PC properties or CMD host name you can type. You can see here, this is the server name, right? So when you install default instance, automatically SQL Server will take the server name, right? So suddenly one Windows guy changed the computer name because of some other requirements. They just changed the server name, Windows server name. Then it won't show you the new name here. If any Windows guy changed the server name, okay, Windows server name, in the SQL Server, the name won't be changed automatically. Okay, so that's why when you run this command, select attached server name, here it will show you a different name, here it will show you a different name. In that case also your patching will be failed, guys. Is it clear, everyone? Guys, is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, so it's very
Clear,
important. Before patching, you have to check select attached version, you have to check select attached server name and make sure both are same. If both are not same, imagine in this server name case, if both are not same, you have to use two queries. You have to drop the old server and you have to add the new server. sp_drop server name, old server name you have to drop. Imagine this is the old server name. Okay, you have to drop the old server name like this. First you have to fix this issue. Okay, then you have to add the new server name, sp_add server New server name, imagine new server name is this one, imagine underscore new. Just for the example, I am not going to run these queries. Comma local. You have to first change the server name as per the computer name by running these two queries. Okay, then go for the patching. Check after doing this, check whether server name is showing equal or not. Guys, this is not a regular issue. Very rarely you will get it. You might not get it. Okay, but why? Because I worked on lot of servers. I got these kind of issues. That's why I'm just explaining all these things. It's not a regular issue and all. Very rarely out of 1,000 servers, you might get one or two like this. That's also no guarantee. Okay, so it's very important, guys. So before patching, it's always good to check the server names and all. Okay, so that you can, if any issue is there with the server name, first fix the issue by using these two commands, then again check the server name, then make sure both are showing equal name, then proceed for patching, guys. Clear? Right. Okay, so you can take the break, guys. Come back at 8:45. Now it is 8:31, right? You can come back at 8:45. Then we'll discuss how to download the patch file and how to apply the patching and all. Okay, just take a break of 15 minutes. Right. Okay. Just a minute. Let me stop this one. Fine. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any doubts?
Yes, Sharma.
Yes, please.
So the process which you told just now, like before patching, we have to check with application owner and raise a request and all, then CAB approve. Now, at what stage we should apply the patching on non-prod server? Because you
Non-prod,
said they
see,
ask us
non-prod
in CAB
also you
meeting.
have to take the approvals. Okay, non-prod also you have to. The process is same for prod or non-prod. Prod means you should be more critical. Okay, and non-prod, sometimes generally non-prod they will ask you to patch the non-prod servers during the weekdays after business hours, like after 5 p.m., 6 p.m. They might ask you to patch after business hours for non-prods. Sometimes some applications, even non-prod also critical servers, so non-prod also they might ask you to patch during the weekends. Some people will ask you to patch the non-prod servers during weekdays also, but after business hours, like after 6 or 7 p.m.
Sir, while this installation, like not patching, SQL Server installation,
Okay.
any issues? I mean, you faced any issues?
See,
Just
during SQL Server, I'll tell you an issue now. Now means after patching, generally we'll get a MSI MSP missing errors. Okay, generally we'll get MSI MSP missing errors. This is for installations. When you will get this missing MSI MSP errors, for installations you might get, for patchings you might get, for removing the patchings you might get, for upgrading the SQL Server you might get. In all these four scenarios, you might get this missing MSI and MSP files. Okay, so I'll tell you, means I cannot show you, but I'll tell you. If there is a chance, I'll show you. Okay, missing MSI means Microsoft installer files, Microsoft patch files. Okay, sometimes these files are going to be deleted because of some other operations or maintenance side and all. Sometimes these files are going to be deleted. So while patching or while installing or while upgrading, SQL Server has to update those files. But if those files are deleted, it cannot update, right? So the patching will be failed, or installation will be failed, or upgradation will be failed. So for that, Microsoft introduced one tool called Fix MSI MSP tool. Fix MSI MSP tool. It's a small tool, 2 MB or 3 MB will be there. You can download and you can install the tool, and it will scan all the Windows server. Okay, all the Windows server it will scan. If it found any missing MSI and MS before patching, before installing, before upgradation, you have to scan it. Got the point? You have to scan before patching, or before installation, or before upgradation, so that if in case any missing files are there, there is an option called fix all. There is an icon called fix all. Automatically it will copy the missing files and all, then the patching or installation or upgradation will be successful. Okay, so how we can fix that issue, missing MSI and MSP issue? You can use one tool. This was introduced by Microsoft itself. Okay, you can use this tool, Fix MSI MSP tool by Microsoft. You can download it and you can install it, and you can scan it before patching or installation or upgradation. In case if any missing files are there, it will let you know, so that you can fix through that window itself, through the tool itself, and then you can proceed for patching and installation or upgradation. Okay,
So it will detect and it will fix.
correct. It will detect and it will replace the files. In case if any files are deleted, it will replace the files.
Okay, sir. And any best practices for only SQL Server installation? Any best practices?
It's not like that. See, best practices means always you'll get the server with the particular configurations and all. You do not get any server with 1 GB, 2 GB and all. So make sure, in case if you sometimes if you got any old servers and all, make sure you have enough free space in the drives. You have to check, and make sure whether for new server also, make sure all the drives are created. Okay, and make sure you are the local administrator. Why? Because you should have proper privileges to install the SQL server. Make sure you have the service account name, service account password. Why? Because generally we'll use custom service accounts to install the SQL server. So while during the installation itself, you should be able to add the service accounts and all. Make sure you have the SCA account and SCA password. Okay, and make sure the drives you are going to install the SQL server, right? The drives are fixed drives, not mapped drives, not pen drives, not hard disks and all. Of course, it will be fixed drives only. So these things and all you have to check to avoid the issues or errors. Okay, you cannot install SQL servers in the read-only drives and all. Sometimes read-only drives also will be there. Sometimes compressed drives will be there. So make sure there is no compressed drive. Imagine you are installing SQL Server. While selecting the drives for data files, you selected one compressed drive. So the installation will be failed. So the drives which are participating in the installation, make sure the drives are fixed drives, not compressed drives, or not what we can say read-only drives and all. That is very important. Okay, and you should have enough user accounts and passwords also.
And TempDB, any can we yesterday we have discussed.
TempDB for 2017 2019 auto configured during the installation itself. It will be auto configured. That way I am going to explain about TempDB during the performance tuning. Okay, so nothing to worry about the TempDB. How many files we have to add and all, why we have to add the files for TempDB, everything I will explain during the performance tuning.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Any questions, any doubts? Is it fine?
And hotfix and security, will there be any difference between hotfix? I mean, yeah, you told it's one is minor and one is major. Can we, I mean, instead of major and minor, can we say something else? I mean, anything will be there? Yeah.
Nothing. See, hotfixes means hotfixes only. Suddenly, if any issue comes, just we are talking now. Suddenly today, someone hacked the SQL server with a new virus. Immediately, Microsoft will release a new update in 1 day or 2 days. It won't wait for the customers. Can't wait for the next month update, right? So if suddenly any new virus came into the market, the current updates cannot fix that issue, right? Microsoft has to work on it, right? So Microsoft will work in 1 day or 2 days and it will release a new update that might be a hot fix, either it is a GDR or QFS.
Okay. Immediate
Correct,
action.
correct, immediate, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So how to download the service pack? Generally, sometimes your manager will ask you, can you please download the service pack or Accumulator update? It's very easy. Just go to this site, SQL Server Builds blogspot.com. Okay, which service pack you want to download or which Accumulator update you want to download. Sometimes they will ask you how to patch SQL Server 2017 with service pack. Okay, or what is the latest service pack on SQL Server 2017? What is the latest service pack on 2017, guys?
No service packs on
There is no
2017.
service pack for 2017 and 2019. Okay, up to 2016 only is there. So now you want to download a service pack, go to this page. Which service pack you want to download, you can simply select that service pack. It will route you to the Microsoft website. Okay, it will be routed to the Microsoft website and you can go down. Okay, so you can see here for Express Edition and all, you can see here, this is the major update. You can click on this, download the package. Now one more web page will open. Now it will ask you the language and all. Simply click on the download. You can see the details, what fixes it is going to do, what is the size of the file. Okay, what is the help of this particular, how it is going to help us. So what and all fixes, what and all bugs it is going to fix, everything you can see in the details. Okay, you can simply click on the download, it will start downloading, guys. Okay, this is how you have to download the service packs. Cumulative updates, if you want to download, for example, I want to upload, I just have 2017 in my Windows machine, right? This is an RTM. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can run this, select at version, you can see version, you can see the RTM. Okay, this is the first copy of 2017. You can see this is just an RTM. So I am going to patch my SQL Server 2017 with the latest cumulative update. So what is the latest cumulative update for 2017? CU30. Click on this CU30 link. Again, it will be routed to the Microsoft site. You can see here it was released on 13th July 2022. And if you patch your SQL Server 2017 with the CU30, the build number will be changed like this, 3451.2. Currently it is 1000, right? 1000.169. Now you can see here, once you patch your SQL Server with a CU30, it will be changed to 3451. Okay, 3451.2. So go down, known issues. There are no known issues in the cumulative update. Improvement and fixes, you can see here. You can read some of the descriptions of that particular update. And let me check this one, how to install. Somewhere it will be there. Unlock now. How to obtain download. Okay, you can just click on this. Now you can see the file. Okay, just click on this, it will be download. It will ask you for the language and all, just click on download button. Now it will start downloading, guys. Okay, you can see here, very simple to download. It won't ask any much accounts, no need to provide any passwords and all. Simply you can go to the builds.blogspot.com or you can simply type in the Google also, SQL Server 2017 latest cumulative update download. But it will give you a lot of links. Instead of that, just follow this website. You can simply click on that particular one, automatically it will be routed to the respective links. Okay, once it's just downloaded, every time no need to download, guys. Okay, I'm just showing how to download it. In case if your team leader or manager is asking, this is how you can download it. Generally they will download it and they will keep it in the shared location. It's not like 10 people are patching with SQL Server 2017 means all 10 people has to download for all the servers. You have to download, not like that. Already the service pack will be downloaded and they will keep it in a shared location. Simply go to the server, open the shared location path, just copy the service pack from shared location to the Windows server in which server you are planning to patch, and you can initiate the patching process. Okay, now you can see here, this is my service pack accumulate update, right? Just go to the show folder. What you can do, so right click, you can copy and you can paste it to the server, guys. Just copy it and go to the server, you can paste it. In the organization, generally we'll keep it in a shared location. Okay, In the organization, generally service packs or cumulative updates will be there in the shared location, and you have to simply open the shared location. You have to copy the file from shared location to this server. What you have to do, generally in the organization, you will have the shared location path, right? You will just type the shared location path, okay, something like 10.12.115.115. Just I'm giving an example, okay. Dot 36 backslash SQL softwares, okay, backslash, okay, service packs, like this are updates like this. You can see the path. This is an example like this. So you have to open this path, and there you can see the service pack. If you don't see the latest version of cumulative update there, nothing, no need to complain to the manager, team lead and all. Simply download it and keep it in the shared location so that others can also use it, okay. Instead of downloading multiple times, if you keep it in the shared locations, others can use the same service pack or cumulative update for the patching purpose and all. This is how you have to download, and this is how you have to copy the files, guys. Those who are connected to the server directly, if RDP is not working for you guys, then check whether you are getting internet or not. You can still download the service pack directly to the server in this laptop, in this server, guys. In the organization, servers don't get any internet to download, so in the server, don't try to download in the organization. But in our case, we just allowed internet connection to the server, right? From here also you can download the service pack. Same, go to google.com and then you can type the service pack or blogspot, okay. You can type the blogspot, that website address, and you can open it and you can download the service pack, guys, or cumulative update. Right, okay. So the service pack, sorry, cumulative update is copied, guys. What you can do, right click again, run as administrator, okay. So it is going to extract the file. And guys, before patching, the best practice is you have to always restart the Windows machine, even for SQL Server installation also. SQL Server installation also, the best practice is you have to restart the Windows machine first, then only you can proceed for patching or installation or upgradation, okay. This is the best practice for installation, patching and upgradation also. So before patching you have to restart the Windows server. After patching also you have to restart the Windows server. As you took the downtime approval, you can restart multiple times, that 1 hour window or 2 hours window, guys. At least take 3 hours window. Don't take 5 minutes, 10 minutes window and all. Don't take 5 to 10 minutes window. In case if something goes wrong, to troubleshoot it might take at least 1 or 2 hours. Or if you need any other teams support, they don't directly come and they don't support you guys, you have to wait for their support and all. If you need any Windows team support, for example, you just restarted the server but the server is not coming online, okay, what you have to do, you have to take Windows team help. They will come and they are going to check it and they will fix the issue. So you cannot guess that it will be completed in 30 minutes or 1 hour. Generally, if everything is good, patching can be completed in 30 minutes to 45 minutes or hardly 1 hour. In 1 hour the patching will be completed if everything is good. If something goes wrong, it might take 2 hours or 3 hours. So the best practice is always take 3 hours downtime. in the ticket mention 3 hours downtime. In the change request, you have to mention the time slots from when to when you are planning this change. From Saturday morning 10 o'clock to afternoon 1 o'clock. You have to give the time slot. Okay. Then if something goes wrong, no one is going to ask you during that window. Even though you restarted 100 times during that window, no one will ask you. Why? Because that is a planned activity. That is a planned activity, so you have proper change request and also no issues. Okay. Right. So before patching, you have to restart the Windows Server, not SQL Server. And after patching also, you have to restart the Windows Server. That is the best practice, guys. And one more thing is, this is one more precaution, guys. Make sure for old servers, not for new servers and all. For old servers, if you are patching very old servers like Windows 2008 or SQL Server 2008 or SQL Server 2005 or SQL Server 2000, it's always good to take the VM snapshot backup, server backup, the whole Windows server backup, VM, right? Machine backup, machine level backup, VM snapshot backup. We cannot take it. We have to request Windows team, so they will come and they will take the VM snapshot backup. The whole machine level backup they will take. It might take 20 to 30 minutes, depends upon the server size. Okay. So you have to request. If it is an old server, this is very important, guys. This is mandatory. If it is an old server, don't take the risk while patching the old servers. Sometimes it might fail, guys, because of some issues. Okay, so it's very, very important. If it is an old server, if you are patching SQL Server 2000, SQL Server 2005, 8 R2 and all, then it's always good to take the VM snapshot backup. Request Windows team, raise a request to the Windows team. They will take the VM snapshot backup. For example, if you are patching at 10 o'clock, they will connect at 9:30 or 9 o'clock itself. They are going to take the VM snapshot backup, but you have to raise a ticket for them. Okay, then they are going to take the backup. If you simply ping them, hey, I'm having some issue, can you please help me? No one will help you. Why? Because they might also have some planned activities during the weekends, right? So always you have to take the proper approvals from them. You have to request Windows team. They will take the whole server level backup. If something goes wrong, they are going to restore them. If something goes wrong, they are going to restore the whole Windows machine itself. Okay, so that is also one more precaution. You can add it to the list, guys. Okay, let me go to the server. Where is that? Yes, fine, I accept the license terms. Very easy, guys. I told you, right? Patching is very simple. Here you can see list of instances. Currently there is only one instance, so that's why I can see only one instance. If you how to patch multiple instances, if they are from same version, if they are some from same version, you can see multiple instances here, guys. MS SQL Server, this is the default instance. SQL Server 2017, the instance name you can see. Another instance name you can see, another database engine you can see. Like that you can see how many instances are there. If all are belongs to same version, you can see in this table. But one is 2017, one is 2019, you cannot see in this list, guys. Okay, why? Because the other one, which service pack you are installing, I'm installing 2017, you can see 2017 instances only here. If you have multiple versions of 27, I mean if you have multiple instances of 2017, you can see in this list. But you have 2016, 2017, 2019 in the same Windows machine. If you open 2017 update, you can see 2017 instance. If you open 2019 update, you can see 2019 instance. If you open 2016 update, you can see 2016 instance. Is it clear, guys? In this window, you can see the other instances of same version. Clear? So you want to patch all the instances, make sure you check all the instances. No, I have three instances of same version. I don't want to patch those instances. Uncheck it. Uncheck it so that those instances won't be patched. Or you want to patch all the instances. Check all, make sure the instances will be checked. If you don't want to patch, uncheck the instance and proceed for the next, guys. Okay, this is how you have to select the instances. Next.
Sanil here.
Yes, please.
Sir, sometimes we don't have any access to restart the server without any approval or without any means we cannot do directly restart the server after the installation of SQL Server. So
You
we
will
need an
take,
approval from applications team.
that's what we requested, right? Then why we requested the application team before patching? We are telling them that we are going to restart the server. That is a downtime activity. We have to restart the server before and after patching. So please allow us to restart. That is what the planned window is. For that purpose only we are taking the approvals. Got the point? Why I asked you, why I told you that please take the approvals from the customer. What is meant by an approval? Before patching, after patching, you are going to restart the server. So the server will be down. Please approve this activity. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we already took the approvals from the application team. They already approved. You can patch Saturday night 2 to 4 o'clock. So how many times you are going to restart Saturday night 2 to 4 o'clock? No issues, as you already took the approval. Okay, next.
That wording terminology both are same, sir. That outage and downtime both are
Correct,
same.
both are same, both are same. Outage means, see, there is again different terminologies: planned outage, unplanned outage. Unplanned outage means suddenly some issue comes, so Windows team has to restart, or SQL team has to restart the server. That is unplanned outage. Okay, planned window, unplanned window. Planned means something you are planning before itself. Unplanned means suddenly one issue comes that is going to be fixed by just restarting the server. That is unplanned.
Okay, but meaning wise, both are.
Both are same. Both are same. Outage or downtime, both are same.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So next, guys, nothing is there. No need to select anything. This is the final screen. Just click on update. That's it. Okay. Before patching, you can see it's not like the server should be stopped state. Even though the server is stopped state, the server will be patched, guys. Okay. No issues. It's not. It's not like the server should be up and running to patch the SQL server. Okay, even though the server is in stopped state also, the server will be patched during the patching process, right? So it might take 10 to 15 minutes in our case. Why? Because ours is very small server, very small databases are there, right? So it won't take much time, 10 to 15 minutes hardly, or sometimes it will take less time only. But in the organization it might take minimum 30 minutes to maximum 1 hour, guys. Yes, okay. So if you have any questions, you can ask me, guys. Otherwise, after patching, I'll show you what and all changes will be there. Okay, then we are going to disconnect for now, and again we'll connect in the evening.
And here, I mean, yesterday we have discussed like while patching, uh, uh, resource databases will be helpful like that.
Correct.
So
You cannot see that one.
we cannot see that
Internal
one.
activity, yes, you cannot see.
Okay.
See here, server is stopped during the patching process. See, red mark. Server will be restarted multiple times by SQL Server itself. Database engine will itself restarted multiple times during the patching process.
Sir, your voice is not getting.
Sorry guys, sorry. So sorry. So now you can see here, okay, you can see here, earlier it was 14.0.1000.169, I guess, right? Once you refresh, now you can see here the SQL server was patched 14.0.3451.2. Before patching, I just shown you this number only. If you patch your SQL server with CU30, the number will be changed like this. See here, after successful patching, come on, here also in the last time I opened one window, right? All the components are successfully patched actually, right? You got 6 green checks, right guys? Hello.
Yes, Shan.
So you
Yes,
got
yes,
6
yes,
green
sir.
checks, right? That's damn sure we have to get all the 6 green checks. Even if one check is not green and one component is failed, actually 6 components are successfully patched. Out of 6 components, if one component is failed to patch, that is called partially successful. Someone asked, right? Sharvani asked, I guess, what is partially successful? Partially successful means all the components, database engine and all other components has to be successfully patched. Out of the 6 components, if any of the component is not patched successfully, if only 5 components or 3 components or 2 components are successfully patched, other components are not successful, then that is called partially successful, guys. Partially successful is not a good option. It has to be a completely successful. Otherwise, partially successful means some components are successfully patched, some components are not successfully patched, which is not good. Later you will get lot of issues. So it's always better to patch it again. If the SQL server is partially successful, it's always better to patch it again. And after that, how we are going to verify it was patched successfully or not? Just refresh it. The build number is going to be changed 14.0.3451.2, and run this query. Also select it at version name. I told you, right? This number and this number, okay, that the same number should be there here and here, the same number should be there. And run this query again. You can see, okay, the bill number, and again you can see earlier, you can see RTM here. If anyone remember, I don't know, Microsoft SQL Server 2017 RTM. Now once you patch your SQL Server with CU30, you can see RTM CU30 is applied. In this way you can identify whether your SQL Server is patched with what cumulative update. Why? Because we cannot tell this is CU30 build number, right? 3451 we cannot remember. Not only for SQL 2017, we have multiple versions. How many numbers we can remember? Hardly we can remember the first number, second number, that's it. That is very slightly going to be changed. But here you can see very big numbers are there, it's very difficult. So you can run version, selected version, so it will show you what is the current cumulative update or current service pack which was installed on that server, guys. Okay, so this is how you have to verify whether your SQL server is patched successfully or not. Clear? After that you have to verify all these things, and again make sure all the databases are online, depends upon the previous state, and the services are good or not. You have to check in the services.msc. Once this is done, guys, one more important point: before patching you have to send an email to the customer sorry, client or customer. You have to send an email to client or customer that you are patching. For example, you are patching the SQL server at Saturday 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock you are patching, in 30 minutes you are patching. Now 9:30 itself you have to connect, and you have to do all, you have to verify all these things, so that you have to directly start your patching at 10 o'clock. And before patching you have to send an email to the customer that you are proceeding to patch the SQL server. In that email you have to include the customer email ID, you have to include the DBA team email ID. Why? Because imagine you are working from Bangalore location, another guy is working from Hyderabad location. He don't know that you are patching this SQL server. Okay, so suddenly he might get alerts that server is down and all. He might get alerts this server is down, like that. He might get some email alerts. So what he is trying to do, he will log into this server and he is going to check what's happening, why it was down. He is trying to start the SQL server. So it's very important that you have to send an email to the DBA team also. Yeah, before patching you have to send an email to the customer. You have to include DBA team also, so that the other team members know that someone is patching the SQL server, and this SQL server won't be available for the next 2-3 hours, and they can expect some errors, some alerts and all on that server. So until the patching process is completed, they don't touch the errors. Okay, after successful patching also again you have to send an email to the same team. Okay, again you have to reply to the customer and the DBA team. Hi, so and so customer, the server is successfully patched with a SQL Server CU30, SQL Server 2017 CU30. From database side, everything is looking good. Please check from the application side if everything is looking good or not. In case of any issues, please get back to us. Like that, we'll send an email to the customer after successful patching. Okay, so that DBA team is also will be there in the email, right? So that they came to know, okay, patching is completed. Then if still any errors are coming on the same server, then they will start looking into it. After the patching window, if there are any errors coming, they will start looking into it. It's very important, guys. Before patching, you have to send an email. Otherwise, the DBA team don't know that you are patching the server, and they are going to troubleshoot the issues so that the server might be corrupted, guys. Okay, clear? Fine.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So that's it for today, guys. Today evening onwards, security will be started. Very important concept. What is meant by login? What is meant by authentication? What is meant by authorization? What is secureable? What is a principal? How the login is going to connect to the SQL server? Okay. Everything, the internal mechanism and all will discuss today. Okay. Security is very important topic. It's not critical. It's not difficult topic, but it's easy. But you have to put some concentration on that. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. We'll meet tomorrow at today at 7 p.m. IST. Okay, done, guys. Okay, thank you all.